Hey guys, it's Ashton here. I've recently had a lot of people from the email list and also from Facebook contacting me and asking me if I can give a little more information as to how it is that brainwave entrainment helps you achieve your goals and dreams and how it helps you master the law of attraction. Those of you who are familiar with some of my materials will notice that I make some pretty profound claims about how brainwave entrainment can help you do this. And it can. And so I'm going to release a couple videos, probably a few more articles that go over all the different reasons why this technology is so powerful for this over the next couple months. So we're going to start off with the biggest, most profound reason. And that would be, if we summed it up in a couple words, brainwave entrainment very rapidly and profoundly helps you increase self-awareness. Now, no matter what you're trying to achieve in your life, whether it's mastering law of attraction or being more happy or walking your spiritual path, self-awareness is the most powerful tool that you have at your disposal for achieving any of these things. And there are a lot of reasons why. We've all become pretty familiar with all the sayings about how the large majority of our brain is unconscious. Now, they've recently found that the study that said, or the statistic that people give about only 2% of your brain being used is not entirely correct, but there is a more accurate one that we can draw upon, and that is that your brain processes information and functions in 6 different ways. And when neuroscientists take a look at these 6 different modes, or these 6 different ways that your brain works, only one of those is conscious. So you've still got about only 1/5 of your entire brain power being something that you're consciously aware of. And that's why self-awareness is so critical, because as you begin to grow self-awareness, you increase your ability to become conscious of what was previously unconscious, and this gives you a lot of power. So in the diagram here we're looking at, you'll notice we've got our physical experience right at the very top. This is what you're actually conscious of fully. You're touching physical objects. You feel them. You've got your 5 senses. All this feels very solid and very real. This is where you're most conscious of what's going on in your life, what you feel is actually happening to you. Beneath that, you have your actions. Now, we're all pretty conscious of our actions, though we do have blind spots as well. As we all know, sometimes we do things that we're not fully conscious of. Below that, we have our thoughts. You'll notice as we get lower down this pyramid, we get into more of a gray scale. Some people are very conscious of their thoughts. Some people are totally unconscious of their thoughts. And those of us who are interested in law of attraction and mastering the art of manifestation know that growing our awareness of what we're thinking puts us in a huge place of power to improve our lives and accomplish what we want to accomplish. Below that, we have our emotions. Again, some people are really conscious of emotions, some people aren't. Some people still believe that emotions just happen and that they are uncontrollable. Below that, we have habits. Below that, we have thought patterns. We could call those habits of thought. Now, sometimes you're aware of habits of thought, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you get clues, or you catch yourself doing something where you say, yeah, I must be thinking in a certain way for this to be happening. But that's beginning to kind of sink beneath our level of awareness, where we're kind of aware of it, we're kind of not, depending on who we are and the work we've done on ourselves. Below that, we have memory. And I don't necessarily mean memories that come to mind while our brain's kind of doing its regurgitation thing that it does all day long. But I'm talking about memories that are rooted in the brain that are affecting how we act. And when you understand the brain, a huge amount of how we act, how we think, how we feel in any given moment is based upon memories that we've had. Our brain is a memory machine. It stores all these memories, and it comes up with these automatic, unconscious action plans for how we're going to handle comparable situations to these memories in the future. That's one of the reasons why we all have so many problems, is because one bad thing happens to us when we're very young, and our brain is constantly comparing all these other situations to it, putting us in fight or flight mode. So you can see why it would be valuable to be able to be more aware of that. And then below that, of course, this huge chunk here is our beliefs. And again, we can figure out what our beliefs are through certain techniques and processes, and by tracing the patterns and the clues from how we're acting, what we're experiencing. But we can't just close our eyes and go, okay, I'm going to look at all the negative beliefs I have, I'm going to review them, and I'm going to change my mind. Because these are very deeply rooted in the unconscious. So this is one of the most important things to understand about why brainwave entrainment is so powerful. Regular meditation increases self-awareness. Brainwave entrainment is simulating incredibly deep meditation, even the very first time you listen to an audio. Hence, you're very rapidly increasing what you can be conscious of within yourself. You'll see we've got unconscious all the way at the bottom of this diagram. We've got conscious at the top. And this is kind of a grayscale. And as you begin to listen to your brainwave entrainment audios, it is bringing your brain down into these deeper brainwave states. You're going down into alpha, you're going down into theta, even all the way down into delta. Normally when you're in delta, you're asleep. And the only way for you to really learn to be in delta and be conscious at the same time is either through brainwave entrainment or through anywhere from 10 to 30 years of regular meditation. So when you are able to bring your conscious awareness down into a delta brainwave state, or even a theta or a deep alpha, you have kind of crossed a bridge. You've brought your conscious awareness into a realm of your mind that was previously completely unconscious. And by doing this, you're forming this bridge, you're making a connection between the unconscious and the conscious mind. And you can literally begin to change what you are able to be conscious of. You become more conscious of your emotions, you see your habits, you begin to see these beliefs more clearly. And the second your self-awareness is able to identify these things, the second the unconscious becomes conscious, and you can just look at that and be aware of it, it instantly begins to change. They say you cannot consciously, you cannot do something you don't want to do. You cannot do something that harms you willingly once you become 100% conscious of it. So not only does this put you in a position where you can make a choice, okay, I'm now conscious that I have this negative belief about money that is stopping me from manifesting more money into my life, but even if you don't make a choice to change that belief necessarily, or work on it, or do a certain practice, just being conscious of it in and of itself is going to automatically begin to transform that negative belief. So that, in my opinion, is the most powerful reason, the most important reason why brainwave entrainment helps you master the law of attraction. That's why I'm giving free audios out in the free manifestation training, because this is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself, aside from the techniques I'm sharing on the training. So that's all I've got for you right now, and feel free to read the article below. We'll go into this a little more in depth, and I'll share a little bit more information about everything I'm talking about here. Do stay tuned. I'm going to be releasing a couple more videos on the same subject, and we're all going to become brainwave entrainment, law of attraction experts over the next couple months. So I look forward to talking to you again soon.